Hello and welcome to episode 9 of our little Let's Play. So last episode we went ahead and we set up a bunch of farms that are going to further our stuff. We got the Ender for XP and Ender Pearls. We've got the Iron Farm for all of our iron needs, and let me tell you, it has been working well. Look at this. This is just from a little bit of hanging around the base, which is exactly what we wanted. And then we got the Moss Farm going, which is also been operating great. This is just a little, we're using the Pale Moss as our main, like, throwing stuff around block, and building up and flanking stuff. And then lastly, we got the Mob Farm going, which is giving us a, we also have our Mob Farm, which is giving us as much bone, string, gunpowder, any of that we need. I think I still have some of the, yeah, we have a ton of gunpowder stashed away in here from that. So this episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be, of course, it's night, whatever, we can still go out. We're starting on our actual main project. Here, let's fly up a little. Hopefully you can see this. See this long lines? All this we need to flatten to that level and clear the trees, and basically be placing a lot of blocks of moss, because we're just going to build a flat base, because that's going to be the height where we're actually going to build the cathedral once it's time to go. So this is going to be just our first steps towards actually setting up the terrain around here. It won't be pretty. It won't work. It won't look how it's going to look in the end. It's going to be a bit rough. And that's okay, because this right now is the early days. We're just getting stuff set up. So, yeah, that's going to be the main thing we do today. So you're going to be watching, I think I'm going to title this episode something to the effect of Block by Block, A Long Descent into Madness, because I'm going to be placing a lot of blocks, pretty much exclusively moss. But, you know, needed, and it's what the project is gonna be. So, yeah, let's take a quick. I know, so Shauna has been very busy and has done a few things. For one, we now have a proper enchanting room, which is very pretty. I love this room and how it looks. It's set up. Got the ender chest, got the anvil, got everything set up nice and clean. You can be standing here and you can reach everything, and the room just looks great. We're still figuring out the ceilings and stuff. That's just a thing that's still being figured out, but you know. And then the other thing that we've started to figure out is we started to map out what this room is going to be more. Over in this corner, we've got our kitchens and food farm zone. Over here, we're going to be having our first of our item income waterfall. So everything that farms produce will come down here and then go into our farm systems. Over here, we're going to set up a big super smelter that is going to output to over here. And over here is another waterfall for all that stuff. And then over here is going to be our bulk storage silos. So big mass storage of stuff. Probably going to be, we're going to set up item filters and stuff for moss. Because like if you look at this, these top ones aren't full yet, but everything lower sure is. Getting tons of bone meal here. And then this iron farm isn't going to be full because we keep emptying it. But still, even after having been emptied a bunch of times, already back to there. Alright. See what else. Oh, I actually didn't even notice there's a second floor going on. Let's see, I haven't seen that yet. Anyways. Also, Shauna has made her bedroom, which is looking absolutely gorgeous. There's so much life and detail in here. I love the color scheme and the end rod chandeliers. That looks great. And then on my side, I've done a little bit on my bedroom, just in between doing other things. I've built up these big windows and drapes and stuff. Haven't really done anything else in here. I'm still not entirely sure how I want to finish it. I'm not entirely satisfied with this bedroom space up here. I mean, obviously it's not done, but I don't know how. I don't have a vision for it yet. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. That'd probably be my break between placing moss blocks is going to be coming up here and taking a look at that. So, but with that, let's face the inevitable and let's go get some moss and start the process of endless placing, aka the slow descent into madness. Okay, to break up the monotony of this, I looked up some would you rathers. So, the first one. Would you rather be able to talk to all animals or be able to speak every human language? Now, I think my pick is going to be a silly to a lot of people, but I think I would rather speak the human languages. Okay, so talking to animals would be really cool. Like, I can't express enough how cool it actually would be to be able to speak to animals and stuff. However, in actual usefulness on a day-to-day, well, I guess talking to animals could be really useful in some contexts. It's not even usefulness. That's not even it. I think I would rather be able to communicate better with other humans and be able to go anywhere and know that I'm going to be able to speak and communicate and talk than I would prefer to be able to talk to animals. Animals are going to be annoying, dude. Like, think about your pets. How much of your time do you spend like with your pets just kind of like begging you for food and stuff? Now imagine if they could do that in real voices. It doesn't mean this doesn't say animals can suddenly like talk about things that are interesting or have complex thoughts. It just says you can talk to them, which at times would be really nice. There's definitely been times I've wished I could like communicate to my cats that everything's going to be okay and stuff like that. And that's noble, and I got put nothing against that. But the idea of being able to go anywhere or see anyone and know that I could converse. ASL, Chinese, whatever it is, I can always talk to them. And that feels really not just useful but meaningful to me, that ability to universally communicate. So that's going to have to be mine. If you have a differing opinion or if you have the same one, feel free to respond in the comments about it. But throughout this, I'm going to just kind of every now and then pause and ask a would you rather just to kind of like keep up frankly, to make it so this video isn't just one big, long time lapse of me lacing moss. This is taking forever. I know it doesn't look like that much yet. It hasn't actually taken that insanely long yet, but oh my god. Slow descent into madness as I place. And again, I'm not even that far in. I'm maybe a third. Third to a quarter, somewhere in that space. Actually a little work that I'm gonna run out of moss to place and have to wait for the farm. Though that wouldn't actually be the worst. Break. But anyways, do another would you rather here to talk about, you know. Alright, so this one is Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm reading over the list. Would you rather spend a week stuck in the forest or a night in a haunted house? Okay, so I'd take the week in the forest because I'm going to be honest, I grew up in the woods. So that one's a little bit uninteresting, but I would take the week. I'm not too worried about my ability to make shelter. It doesn't specify whether or not you have food, but I know I can find water. Food is a little bit more iffy, but like even then, if I had food, cool, and if I didn't, I know enough little things that I could eat that I think I could that I would survive. It would be rough, but I don't know. The woods don't scare me very much. I guess the TLDR. Haunted house, you don't know what's going to happen in a haunted house. It could be anywhere from just funny and nothing to being full on, we're getting hunted by a crazy clown with a chainsaw. So, like, I don't know. That's way more. I think that's a lot more risk of actual just death. Woods, as long as I don't hurt myself, like fall and break a leg or something like that, I'll probably be fine. Gotta make sure I don't hurt myself or poison myself or something like that. At least that's my thinking. That one was a little bit lame, so let's do another one. This list in general is less fun. Would you rather have unlimited Wi-Fi on all, or sorry, unlimited battery life on all your devices, or Wi-Fi wherever you go? I would take the battery life, to be honest. There's a lot I can do with my device. It's actually a good question. Both have ups and downs. Battery life would be nice because then, like, if you're ever in a survival situation or something, you don't have to worry about any of your stuff going dead. And sure, like, you might not be able to access everything, but, like, you have access to it. Maybe I'm thinking survival situation because of the last question, but the Wi-Fi wherever you go means that, like, if you're stuck way out in the woods or something, or no matter where you are, you can look up Google Maps. Oh, that's a hard one. I think I'm gonna go with depends on how good the Wi-Fi is, so that would probably change my answer. If we're talking like barely connected, then that's going to reduce its usability. I think I'm going to take the battery life. I can carry. Sorry, the Wi-Fi. I'm going to take the Wi-Fi. I'm going to take the Wi-Fi. Final answer. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to go with for this one. But time to get back to grinding, though. Yeah, then we can. And then maybe a little while later, I'll do another few questions. If you have any opinions, feel free to answer in the comments what you, or if you think I'm, you guys are still enjoying. Yeah, let's get back to it. All right. I've finished another quadrant. It's time for another Would You Rather question. So this time it's Would you rather get $200 for every mile you jog or $100,000 for every marathon you finish? Okay. So purely numbers wise, the marathon is more valuable. Like you're getting more per mile, you're getting more bang for your buck. However, here's the thing. I'm relatively fit. Like I'm pretty strong. I work out a lot. I don't know that I could do a marathon. I'm not like that kind of fit. I don't know that I could finish a marathon. Maybe one. I know that I can do a mile though. I know I can do a mile every damn day. Um um so I think I'm going to go with the mile because I know I can regularly do that. And well, yeah, I just have to do like one marathon every year or so. I can do a mile every week, and sure, that's less overall money, but it's more reliable money. It's money that I can guarantee. It's money that I can get without having to deal with anything else. So that might be a kind of a weird choice, and I know it's not weird. I think it's an objectively wrong choice in a lot of ways. I think it's still going to be what I do. I can If I run, let's see, let's pull up a calculator. 3 miles a week. That's 200 per mile. That's about 4 weeks in a month, and that's 12 months a year. That's like if I ran 3 miles a week, that's still almost 30,000 more dollars per year. Again, kind of objectively the wrong choice. I don't need. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the mile. Like, despite it being a weird choice, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that because also the honest truth is I don't know that I could finish a marathon. Actually, a better question is, do I have to finish? Because here's the thing, I've got a bit of a hip problem, and I know I can get a mile. I don't know that I could get a marathon without it acting up in a bad way. Like I genuinely don't know if that's physically possible for my body. Um, so yeah, $100 a mile. You know what you guys think?
Hola,
Hello.
Vicky.
Nice. The farm zone over here.
Yeah.
And now that we have enough iron, we can make water paths to bring the items wherever we want.
Yeah, that's the goal, is to kind of bring everything like back to the main
Yeah.
room.
Do you want to do that, or shall I? I know how to do it fully, including the waterfalls. Or do you
Okay,
wanna
these
do
are where
that?
the waterfalls are going to go. I did find videos on how to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty much just water to the top, and then the items slide down.
Yeah, I figured we do one on that side, one on that side.
Yep, this side will be all the
Um,
food stuff. This side will be all the metal and moss.
Yeah. Let me mark stuff out in the warehouse, and then once I've got everything marked and I can give you a like starts here, ends here thing, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I just need more glass. Are you able to trade for glass?
I am.
Do you
How
mind
much
doing
glass
that if
do
you're
you
able to? That's a good question. Maybe like a stack?
All right, let me see how much I can get. Then it's back to endlessly placing moss.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to get on. So much crap in my inventory.
I was able to whip up about a stack and a half pretty quick.
Oh, sick.
Where are you?
I'm in the main room. You walk past me?
Did I? Oh, yeah, I did. All right.
Thank you,
I'm
Ashley.
going to get some more moss and then go back to placing moss.
Okay. Have fun.
I won't. We already have almost another full double chest of iron alone.
Yeah, they're producing like a lot. It's kind of crazy.
Yep. I'm thinking our bulk storage is going to be extensive.
Yeah.
Hey, Shauna. 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 Hey, Shauna. Shauna.
No.
Shauna? Oh, you're up there.
I'm kind of up here. What's up?
Where are you?
Oh, you're in this room. I'm putting the rest.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh,
going to be a part of the video. So, would you rather have a extra arm or an extra leg?
definitely an extra arm.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking too. Extra arm just sounds so much better. Like, you can just
Yeah,
get
like
more...
what are you supposed to do with an extra leg?
I don't know. More stable, I guess. Probably trip less. Like, fall over less, I mean.
I feel like that's just a tripping hazard in itself.
If you're good with it. I imagine maybe you could move faster with it. Like, animals can run faster, so I imagine you can run faster.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
But I think extra arm all the way. I've been occasionally pausing my placement to do a would you rather as
Oh, I
entertainment.
see. That's a good idea.
Otherwise, my video would just be me placing moss.
You don't think fly-using moss for many, many hours is entertaining?
No, I don't. Anyways,
That's fair. That's a good idea.
back to placing moss with that break.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather receive $5 million now or wait 10 years to receive $45 million? I think I'm taking the $5 million now. I don't actually care very strongly about wealth. $5 million would solve every problem in my life currently and set me up for the rest of my life. I don't need more than that. And frankly, once you break $1 million, it's easy just to throw things into savings accounts and have it accrue. I'd rather just get $5 million, get myself set up, and not have to worry about things anymore than having to continue stressing about money for the next 10 years. I'm going to be honest. I understand that that's probably not the most financially responsible option. Like, I'm doing fine now. I could just wait a few years and become unimaginably wealthy. But frankly, for me, at least, 5 million is already kind of unimaginably wealthy. 1 million is unimaginably wealthy. It's like the amount that, like, I don't know, that $10,000 to $20,000 would solve the majority of the problems in my life. So, like, 5 million now, yeah, that's fine. I'm taking that. As always, if you disagree or agree, yeah, post in the comments. What do you think? Getting nearer and nearer to ending this. This has been pretty mind-numbing. It's not actually taken as long as I expected it to. I expect that some of our other terraforming projects are going to take longer, such as actually decorating all the edges of this, because this is not going to remain a big rectangle. Don't be afraid of it. This is just our base platform that we're going to work off of while we figure out the details of the rest. This is sort of like the core area. Then we're going to put the cathedral actual layout up here, and then we'll carve off edges and add on to edges to kind of like, you know, fit it better. Make sure everything looks right. Then build like actual sides down. Some of them will be manufactured, some of them will be more natural themed. And we're using moss because A, we can generate an infinite amount of it, and then B, it doesn't change its color or texture on biome. And we're stretching across 2 biomes technically. There's a birch forest and there's a swamp underneath where we're building, so grass and such would change colors. Not saying that we'll be using exclusively moss, but like moss is definitely going to be a prominent feature. in the terrain, just because of that benefit. We'll probably mix patches of grass in. Maybe we'll even play with the color variation. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've used so much pale moss for this. I mean, like, obviously you can tell, but, like, I've actually had to, at a few points, stop and wait for the machine to generate more pale moss again. Also been running into an issue where I've been using so much of the pale moss and so much of the other stuff, like the carpet, that it's just building up. So I've been having to pull out some of the other stuff, like the carpet, and toss it into the composter system, just to make sure that there's room for more moss, which is the main thing I need. I need to actually build item sorters and all that stuff. That might be my secondary project for this episode, is I might start putting together some of, like, the actual item repositories for this stuff. Just because having an entire episode of just me placing moss seems like it might get old. But also we're kind of, I mean, and I know you guys don't necessarily know how our filming schedule works, but we kind of try to spend 1 week recording and 1 week editing, and I'm very much hitting the end of my recording time, just because this has been a very bulky task, and I've been real busy in the real world. Real world's got hands, not necessarily in a bad way, but in a busy way. But you all know how that is. But all right, I'm gonna let us get back to the time lapse and the music. So yeah, sit back and enjoy again. Okay, and we just placed the final block of the base plate for our cathedral. Cathedral obviously won't be taking up this entire area. Well, it might. It might take up, it's going to take up a majority of it. But we're going to be taking this entire chunk, we're going to be placing the template for the cathedral upon it, and then carving away and adding onto the edges to make it a little bit less of just an ugly rectangle covering up this entire area. This is just kind of one of the first steps towards this build. This absolutely giant build, and we're nowhere near done. It's going to be a while while this upper part looks pretty hideous. But for now, it's just kind of a big plate to so we can start planning and prepping and figuring out actual dimensions and laying things out. Plus, it gives us this entire underneath area that we can work with, strip out, and do what we want with for resources. Resources and builds and such. Yeah. So that has been the main thing we're doing this episode. I think I might play around with a few other things. I might not. Basically, if this cuts pretty quickly to me saying end of episode, that means I decided to not, because I'm running out of time to record for this episode, as I need to get to editing soon. Shauna's been hard at work getting some farms up and running. I don't want to spoil too much, but look at this. Look at all of this back here. We're going to be adding some things in. We'll be doing some item waterfalls here and here of everything, and some big, heavy bulk storage. The idea is we're going to send stuff down the waterfall, then across, back up, and into bulk storage. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. That's what we're going to be doing for now. I might do a little bit of this stuff before I call it quits, but I might not. We'll see. Let's take a look at how much. Wow, this is already refilled so much. Wow, this is a good farm. Oh my god. You might understand my shock if you had seen how much I've been pulling out of this. I've actually pretty much emptied the moss out of these a few times over now. And I'm just very impressed it's that full. Do a quick check, make sure our are all still. That zombie's gone. I don't know what could have happened to him, but whatever. That means this is going to be slightly less efficient, but we have so much iron already. The hopper, that, and then you guys wait till you see our actual resource chests. It is insane how much product we've been getting out of this. Like, bam, all blocks of iron. I'm sure we're going to go through a lot of it with all the hoppers and sorting machines and all that sort of stuff we're going to have to build, but oh my god, we've got a lot. You know what? I think that is it. I think I am going to call this episode here and do some other stuff, maybe a little bit off screen and a little bit into the next episode of doing some more improvements. Hopefully Sean and I can go on another adventure episode soon. Those are always a lot of fun. Plus, whenever we get a chance to work together directly, it's just a lot more fun for kind of everyone, I think. But I'm really enjoying how our base is coming along. Shauna's room looks gorgeous. I know you haven't been showing it much, but I've been slowly working on my room. I'm really pleased with these windows I've got in the back. Added these on the sides, but I still haven't fully decided what to do. I'm not sure I love this bed nook. I like the design. I don't know if it fits. So there's a lot. There's a lot still up in the air about this space that might get changed up. So we'll see. I'm thinking about maybe putting like a doorway here that goes into like my own kitchenette where I can put this guy. I don't know yet. Maybe like digging this out and putting my making my bedroom be a bit farther out, or even digging around behind this. I don't know. It's still all being very figured out right now, so that's why that hasn't been featuring as much. And obviously, slowly but surely expanding the villager trading hall. I know it doesn't look like much, but just as we need things, I add them in. I need to get back on that more seriously, but I've just been frankly not wanting to work with villagers that much. Being really honest, I'm very tired of them. But yeah, I think with that, I'm going to call it a quits to this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been, oh god, what is it? Is it episode 9? Wow. This has been episode 9 of our Let's Play series. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you about this. Is there episode 8 or 9? Let's see. Yes, this is episode 9. Wow. Already. That's crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time. And yeah, this is Absent Insanity, signing off. Goodbye.